Hey everyone, and welcome back to Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. On this video, we're doing the quest, Lost in Ruin. After escaping Mercer's RDA patrol, I found myself alone in a forest I've never seen before. We need to rendezvous with the Resistance at the Resistance hideout. The Resistance is hiding at a new location in the Clouded Forest, under a mountain with two peaks. I must meet them there. It's in the southeast corner of Stone Cloud Valley, hidden on the slopes of Giant's Bane. Now, unfortunately, they've moved me from my previous spot where we wrapped up the last video, and I don't recognize where I am. So, we're gonna need the map to help us out. Alright, so I'm just south of where I thought I was, so I want to get to this river here and basically just follow it up. So, we'll be going north. And, of course, we're in a new area, so we might find new stuff like this. A forest pine cone. Oh, they gave us 2 entries. Flora, a cone from one of the forest pine trees. Most commonly found on forest pine trees. Rarer forest pine cones are often found at the peaks of Giant's Bane in the center of the Clouded Forest. Best quality is dry. Additional info, the cone of the forest pine tree has a dark brown hue with dark purple edges and is found in many places in the Clouded Forest. Forest pine cone is a gear crafting material. It gives health and 15% Ikran stamina. Then we have a forest pine. Flora, a tree that is surprisingly similar to a common fir tree on Earth. However, forest pine trees on Pandora are as large as those found on Earth that are hundreds of years old. Most commonly found in the white moss forest biome of the Clouded Forest. Additional info, the forest pine is a common evergreen tree that grows prolifically in the Clouded Forest. Alright, so let's keep heading north. We'll get back to that river and then we'll be able to easily follow that to the Resistance hideout. What's that up there? Nothing. That's a stagfly ant hive. And so if I'm not mistaken, I believe we follow this up here. Yeah, because there's that giant waterfall over there. We don't want to go that way, so this is the way. Oh, what's that? Nothing. Look like moss. Okay, yeah, this now looks very familiar. This is where we wanted to be. Alright, so let's keep our eyes peeled for any new flora or fauna. And up there you can see we have a bell sprig. Do we need Dapofet pods? I don't think we do. Let's see. We do not. Oh, that is new. That is a rag trunk tree. Flora, an unusual tree that grows wooden plates around its stem, causing it to resemble a giant pine cone. Most commonly found in the white moss forest biome of the Clouded Forest. Additional info, a relative of the frail stem tree, the rag trunk grows as a single stem covered in large, leathery petals and sepals. All but the newest growth dries out quickly, leaving a mass of split and frayed petals along its height. Oh, and in the water, we have Clouded Lily, which gave us 2 entries? Oh, no, just 1. Flora, a fibrous water plant that is useful for crafting. Most commonly found in water throughout the Clouded Forest. Rarer clouded lilies are often found in water in the shallow bog biome of the Clouded Forest. Best quality is dry. Additional info, the clouded lily is found in still water bodies and swamps. On the water's surface, an air-filled bulb supports a tough stem. Abundant in bast fibers and crowned in richly pigmented purple blooms. Beneath the water, a long stipe roots the plant to the swamp bed. Bast is the tough, flexible fiber gathered from the inner bark of various plant varieties, notably Pandoran water plants. Na'vi use coarse bast to weave into strings, ropes, and hardier textiles. Clouded lily bast is a weapon crafting material. It gives damage and 10% stealth damage. Alright, then we have our Bellsprig. Health permanently increased. Okay, let's see. We'll just go up right here. Apparently the rag trunk trees can get pretty big. That is a radar mushroom. Flora. The mushrooms grow in unique, linked clusters and release spores when agitated. Most commonly found amongst the scarlet thicket biome of the clouded forest. Rarer radar mushrooms are often found near waterfalls in the most northern scarlet thicket biome of the clouded forest. The best quality is night. Additional info. Radar mushrooms are fungi native to the clouded forest. They grow in unique, linked clusters. A single tall female fungus grows in a segmented tower shape, with one bowl-like fruiting head growing out from another. This tower is surrounded by 3 smaller male fungi, which are similarly bowl-like and grow scattered around the tower up to 20 meters away. Despite not sharing a visible means of connection, these groups possess a rudimentary collective intelligence. When all the male mushrooms in the cluster release their spores, containing specialized sex cells, gametes, the air becomes saturated with pheromones that result in the female stalk releasing her own gametes from a delicate fruiting stem. This collective action greatly increases the chance of propagation. Radar mushrooms grow in clusters throughout the clouded forest, where a rich soil of rotting vegetation and damp atmospheric conditions promote growth. They always consist of the female tower body, with 3 smaller male fungi growing nearby. Na'vi harvest the delicate fruiting stems of the radar mushrooms for use in cooking and in the creation of several healing remedies. Na'vi have learned to trigger the release of male spores to harvest the fruit, which in turn helps the mushroom prosper. Na'vi further use the flesh of bowl-like fruit heads to create nets to capture small insects. They do this by stretching and drying out the fibrous mushrooms, then weaving them around a large, looped stick. So radar mushrooms give ambush 3 in cooking, deal plus 45% stealth damage. Alright, so we want to keep going this way. Our Na'vi senses are picking something up. We're going to ignore that one. Just keep on going. Oh, hello there. Sentinel fan. Flora. This plant expands its fan outwards when it senses fast movement from life forms nearby. Found throughout the clouded forest. Additional info. The Na'vi name is Kinarung. Taxonomy Folium germinans. Springing leaf plant. The sentinel fan grows from a base of short serrated leaves, from which 7 highly elastic stems protrude, webbed with a rubbery membrane. Both the stems and membranes are distinctly patterned, which can be most clearly seen when its bioluminescence is active. On sensing movement, these stems extend rapidly, expanding the plant's distinctive fan to more than double its resting size. This response is a dymatic startled display, evolved to deter predators from eating or trampling the plant. The sentinel fan grows in clusters, often in a row. The plant is closely related to the helicaradian, and although it displays the opposite threat response, expanding instead of contracting, both plants share a near identical root and cell structure. The fan of the plant itself is sturdy and pliable, and the kametiri harvest the membrane and use it to wrap meats for storage and cooking. Once used, the sentinel fans and their seeds are often discarded in areas where useful mosses and lichens are found, encouraging the sentinel fan to grow there. The plant acting as both a deterrent to herbivores which might eat them and a marker to help locate invaluable medicines. Alright, so let's keep going this way. We're going to have to find a way up. And it looks like we have a lift vine right there. Yeah, I think so. Yep. That will take us up. Alright, and we do want to get to the top of the waterfall. What is that? A dawn sheen tree. Flora, a small tree with silvery wood and orange-white ribbony leaves. Most commonly found throughout the boulderlands biome of the clouded forest. Rarer dawnsheen trees are often found at the top of the stone sentinels in the south of the clouded forest. Best quality is rain. Additional info, the dawnsheen tree is a rare varietal of a common shrub to the western frontier. It is notable for its silvery wood and orange-white ribbony leaves. Dawnsheen branches are longbow crafting material. They give damage and powerful draw, plus 20% damage when your longbow is fully drawn. Okay, going up. Alright, looking around for new stuff. Not seeing anything. Oh, here we go. We got rock orchids. We read about them before, and look at this view. Interesting view. Oh, we're heading to the two peaks. Oh, and is this a trail? No. Let's just keep going up. There's some more Sentinel fans. What is that? Oh, are those baskets? They are. Oh, and what do we have there? That's a mere deer. Ooh, it's mature too. Mere deer, wildlife. A nervous and reactive herbivore that forages from the forest floor. Most commonly found in the white moss forest biome of the clouded forest. Rarer mere deer are often found in herds within the white moss forest biome of the clouded forest. Additional info, the Navi name is Seal, or Sail. Taxonomy is Piscine oryx, woodpecker antelope. The graceful and elusive mere deer is unlikely to be observed by a novice hunter. Nocturnal and skittish, with 360-degree awareness and a keen sense of sight, it requires great care and patience to find. A distant cousin of the hexapede, the mere deer shares some similarities in terms of body shape. However, its feet are uniquely adapted to navigate slopes, large roots, and vines. Its tail deploys like a sail when the mere deer is digging the ground, allowing it to perceive subtle vibrations in the air and detect an approaching predator. The mere deer's most noticeable feature is its unique and unusual head, shaped to dig at the ground like a spade or trowel. It hammers at the earth like a woodpecker when feeding, rapidly excavating the mushrooms, roots, truffles, and worms that make up its daily diet. Hunted by Navi for its succulent meat, the mere deer is a nervous creature, quick to flee. As such, it is best approached quietly as it digs at the ground. A successful catch is often celebrated as a greater feat than hunting more dangerous creatures, as only a Navi with great skill and perseverance will be successful in making the mere deer their dinner. A Navi folktale tells of a young hunter who spotted a red-skinned mule deer in the forest, something that had never been seen before. She became obsessed with catching it. To show her prowess, the elders advised her to let it go, for she was neglecting her other duties to the clan, but she would not listen. At last, she found the beast again, and hunted it for 3 days and nights, until she had traveled far away from home and was exhausted. Only then did she realize she had been so focused on catching it that she had become lost. She never caught the mule deer, and she never came home. The moral of the tale, be wary of obsession, lest you become consumed by it. So, there's a mule deer horn. It's a weapon crafting material, gives damage and 10% stealth damage. And mule deer fatty meat, which gives bark skin 2. Alright, and I do want to go get those materials. Let's see, anything on this tree? There's the female radar mushroom. Alright, not sure what that gave me. And equipment basket, we got wood shaper pouch. %mounted damage. I will keep my firearms damage. Also, what is that? Hollow tree resin. Flora, an interesting and attractive resin. Most commonly found inside hollow tree trunks in the Giant's Wilderness biome of the Clouded Forest. Rarer hollow tree resin is often found in the Giant's Wilderness biome to the south of the Clouded Forest. Best quality is night. Additional info. Hollow tree resin is secreted from dead hollow trees in the Clouded Forest. In rainy conditions, the resin softens slightly, allowing for easier gathering. Resin is a viscous liquid that plants secrete to defend themselves against injury and predators. The Na'vi greatly value resin in crafting, using it to make glues and varnishes, as well as polishing the hardened resin crystals for decoration. So hollow tree resin is a short bow crafting material. It gives damage and reflex shot. Gains snap aim assist. It's kind of interesting. Could be quite strong. Alright. We are making our way up. Okay, what do we have up here? That is a frail stem tree. Flora. This giant tree has singular petals growing at different heights, sturdy enough to support a Na'vi. Found throughout the Clouded Forest. Additional info, the frill stem tree has neither branches nor leaves, but grows large, frill-like petals and sepals around its thick trunk. From near its root base to a flowering crown, these petals are extremely thick and woody and usually host moss and fungus. Do they now? We don't see any. Alright, so this trail, I believe, is going to take us right to the hideout. What is that? More radar mushrooms. What about that? Is that a mule deer? It is. Looks like we've got one of those bone helm rhinos now. He might be in the way, and we're going to have to be careful because apparently they are extremely territorial, and he might not like me nearby. Flare lichen. Flora. This changes into a variety of colors when touched. Most commonly found near cloud pine trees. Additional info, the Na'vi name is Pixeopinspixam, I guess. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. Taxonomy is Iris lichenas, rainbow lichen. The flare lichen fungus is a mycelium that grows in large colonies and changes color in reaction to environmental conditions and physical contact with other plants and creatures. As the flare lichen grows, it extracts an unusual variety of compounds and metals from the topsoil and surface water, which makes it particularly beneficial to soil decontamination and renewal. Many of these chemicals are converted and stored as luminous pigments within surface cells of the organism. Natural biodegradation of these chemicals slowly changes these colors, but when pressure is applied, a fast and vibrant color changes... But when pressure is applied, a fast and vibrant color change occurs in the disturbed patch. Although this color change appears to be a threat reaction, it also appears to be used for communication with the mycelium colony. The flare lichen is a hardy fungus and grows on damp ground in large, root-linked colonies. Flare lichen is not harvested by the Na'vi, who consider it to be the blushing skin of Pandora. Walking through a patch of the lichen is a beautiful phenomenon which is said to be a brief glimpse of Awa's joy at your passing. The color-changing reaction of the fungus lingers for a short period, which indicates if other Na'vi or animals have passed by recently. Alright, well, we definitely got to try this out. So if we touch it, it does indeed change colors. That's pretty nifty. I like that. And like it said, we can use that to see if something's passed through recently, which could save us a fight against a nasty predator. Alright, I believe those are pine cones. Yep. What's that? Radar mushroom. Alright. We're getting close to those two mountain peaks. And thus far, not finding anything new. Yep. Alright, so you can see we're coming up to a cave now. And that is indeed where the resistance is located. We just got the quest marker help. I'm just looking around, seeing if there's anything new that I can spot. But doesn't look like it. This is a huge cave opening.
There you are. Priya told me of your escape. I am relieved to see your Na'vi instinct saved you.
It's good to see you, Sutley. But I'm here thanks to Billy. He died to save me. Us. Stupid idiot wouldn't let me go back for him.
Billy is with his ancestors now.
I guess so. I just wish he didn't have to be.
Indeed. But I am glad you are here with us. Unhurt, I hope. The clouded forest is treacherous. I found patches of an unnatural deadly fog, probably RDA. They poison all they touch, even out here.
I hope we'll be safe here. At least for a while.
I will not rest until the Sky People pay for what they have done.
We have lost so many.
I hope we lose no more. In truth, I am worried about Nor.
He was agitated right before the blast, accusing Alma of things. Has he said something to you?
No. I can see the darkness in his eyes, and I know that look. Resentment is eating away at everything Na'vi inside of him. It is not a good place.
Can you talk to him?
Truthfully, I am trying not to follow him there. Good that you are here. Stay safe.
Alright, well, Solak made it.
Losing people never gets easier. Trust me.
Talk to
You just miss
Rinella.
them slightly less.
Talk to Rinella at the Resistance hideout.
So good to see you. I couldn't lose you too. You made it.
Yeah. How are things here?
Truthfully, not great. Basic supplies are low, and I'm anxious about us being in Kametire territory.
Why? Are they dangerous?
Well, Sotlek said they don't welcome strangers. And Alma once told me they're not to be trusted.
Did she say why?
No. I should have asked. But I didn't think about it until now.
It could just be a rumor. Or maybe they just don't trust humans.
Maybe.
Did you think any more about Talan?
I did. Let's give him some time. But I don't think we should tell Nor. It feels like he's already on the edge and this could push him over.
Won't lying to him make it worse?
Just for now. Until we get the situation in hand.
Okay. I'll check in on Nor.
Okay, find Alma in the Resistance hideout. So this is the new place. Not nearly as fancy as the previous one. But it'll have to do. Alright, so there's Solek. He's still a merchant.
Choose with care.
And he's got a lot of new stock. So he still has these longbows that we don't really like, but he has this new heavy bow. Solek's Lightning Heavy. It's 189 damage, storm arrows, and revitalizing on it. And that is quite a bit better than my heavy bow. But it would be 5... what are they called? 5 RDA duty rosters, so maybe. He also has a short bow that's quite good, though. So he's got the short bow that is Solek's Lightning short bow, 126 damage with storm arrows, weak spot dash on that, and it just blows mine out of the water. So I think this is clearly the one that we should get. I don't see any reason to not do it. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Buy that short bow. Then he still has these same strings. Solek's Nimble Grip for the short bow. I don't think he had this before. With Sliding Strike, plus 20% damage on next attack after sliding. Spear Thrower mods. He's got Solek's Fierce Weight. Wounded Fury. Deal 30% damage. Or plus 30% damage when you are under 40% health. And Solek's Fierce Grip for the heavy bow. Grip mod, weak spot dash, move speed increase for 10 seconds after hitting a weak spot. Not particularly interested in any of those, but we're definitely gonna equip our new short bow. And that'll be another exquisite weapon. Combat strength 13.
Losing people never gets easier. Trust me. You just miss them slightly less.
All right, let's go inside. Got some sticks here. Don't know if I need them. I do. Alright, so we got some ammunition there, or rather just grenades. Stun grenade. And
they knew exactly when to strike.
so Anka clearly made it. And Hurrit, the merchant, made it.
Come to gear up?
So let's see. She has anything interesting. This stuff we saw before. She's got a new assault rifle. This thing's a big upgrade. Hurrit's Merciless M69 AR. 16 damage with stagger ammo. It's got chain reaction, which is plus 5% damage on additional hits against the same target, which stacks up to 3 times, which should pretty much always be active with an assault rifle. Plus efficient tactics. Deal plus 15% damage on next attack after hitting a weak spot. Heavily customized by Hurrit for efficient guerrilla tactics. And you can see that's over 2.5 times better than ours in terms of damage. Then she has a lesser assault rifle, the SC-85 Gravedigger. 12 damage on that with stagger ammo. Efficient tactics and 15% RDA damage, which is nice. An SC-85 heavy assault rifle optimized by Hurrit. Then she has a exquisite assault rifle magazine mod. High capacity magazine, So extends the capacity and does 15% RDA damage, so that's quite nice. Let's see. She's got this assault rifle, which I think we saw before, even bought, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, that might be the one we currently have. Let's see. That is the one that we currently have. All right, then she also has Spotter Compensator, an assault rifle barrel mod with locked and loaded for 15% more damage to marked enemies. That's high capacity magazine for the assault rifle, increased magazine size and RDA damage. Tactical Compensator, assault rifle barrel mod, efficient tactics, deal plus 20% damage on next attack after hitting a weak spot. It's not too bad. High capacity magazine, which is just increasing the magazine capacity. And then these that we've seen before. Then she's got this beauty. Huret's Merciless Bullpup. Exquisite quality, 250 damage shotgun with storm ammo. It also has lethal momentum for plus 20% damage for 10 seconds after killing an enemy. And Wounded Fury, deal plus 30% damage when you are under 40% health. An H-arm shotgun, heavily customized by Huret. So that is a huge upgrade. It is quite good. And that would be 80 spare parts. I can't pass it up. We got to do it. So I'm going to grab that. She also has a lesser shotgun, which maybe we saw before. The Guerrilla Fighter Shotgun. 130 damage, storm ammo, and 15% RDA damage. A prototype RDA SC2 shotgun made for TAP facility avatars and the Ambassador program. Then she's got a Medic Muzzle Brake shotgun barrel mod with revitalizing for 15% health after killing enemies. Kind of interesting, maybe. But we'd be giving up, well, in this case, nothing. But in general, we'd probably be giving up damage. She's got this Guerrilla Fighter Shotgun with 100 damage, storm ammo, and 15% RDA damage. Then she's got Shotgun Magazine mod with extended magazine and 10% RDA damage. But I've got the better one for 15%. Barrel mod with lethal momentum, 20% damage for 10 seconds after killing an enemy. Mine's currently none. Which maybe we pick up, but we're very low on spare parts. High capacity magazine for more capacity, but we have the better one. And then the Guerrilla Fighter Shotgun, which I think we saw before. 70 damage, storm ammo, and 8% RDA damage. And then this barrel mod with lethal momentum. All right, so new shotgun.
Remember,
New shotgun. And that gets us up to combat strength 14.
point away from the user.
Oh, I hate her, though. All right, let's actually look around this way. Because I believe we have another merchant. We do! Raj made it.
What'll it be today?
All right, so we're not going to have enough spare parts to get any of this stuff, but we may as well look. He's got Regender's Defense Vest, 150 health and 5% ranged resistance. That's a huge health upgrade, but we do lose damage, but probably worth it for that health. Regender's Defense Vest, I believe he had that before. This is new. Regender's Bracer, 150 health and 15% firearms damage. That's fantastic. I definitely want that. But we would need, what is that, 38 more spare parts. Regender's Shorts we saw before. I believe we saw these ankle guards. This is new, the Hacker Cap. But it's got that crappy bonus of plus 10 meters Sid hacking range. Nobody cares about that. Let's see. Regender's Safeguard Strap. A chest guard mod. Evasion plus 40% ranged resistance for 15 seconds after breaking line of sight from hostile enemies for 5 seconds. If you're playing as a ranged fighter, this would be amazing, I think. So definitely worth it if you are. And it's only 20 parts. But if you're anything else, I don't think that that's particularly great. I think we saw those before. Once again, arm guard mod with Sid's signal booster. Blah. And then we have a reinforced belt pouch of exquisite quality for the waistcloth mod rather. It's got improved rifle ammo bag for increasing your assault rifle special ammo capacity and 15% firearms damage, which is awesome. Then double padded belt pouch, waistcloth mod with improved shotgun ammo bag and 15% firearms damage. So this I definitely want, and I'm a little sad that I don't have 3 more spare parts because I would totally pick this up. That's amazing. Improved convenience or convenient pouch, waistcloth mod with ammo scavenger, plus 45% basic ammo from ammo lockers and defeated amps. That's basically worthless in my opinion. And padded belt pouch, waistcloth mod with improved shotgun ammo bag. I think we saw all of these before. Just the legendary ones are new. And then new ankle guard mod. Regender's padded shin guards for ferocious charge. Move speed increased for 10 seconds when an enemy is killed. I don't think that's worth giving up the damage. I'm pretty sure we saw these before. He's got some new designs. Regender's headband. Headguard design, 113 to 215 health. 15% firearms damage. Requires an exquisite shell, a superior cone, and a fine crimson bark. We'll take that design. And then Regender's ankle guards. 100 to 227 health, 5% ranged resistance. Any exquisite light hide will do. Any superior bark, and a fine rock orchid cone. Alright, thanks, Raj.
May as well look good out there.
Alright, so let's take a look at those in our journal. And then new ammo. Are you sure? I don't see any new ammo. Oh. Short storm arrows. There we go. Stick, spare part, sulfur pod. Fitted with high voltage coils that temporarily paralyze their targets. Oh, and we got some hunter guide entries, 4 of them. Mud gem shell. Wildlife, a calcareous exoskeleton left behind by a water-based mollusk. Most commonly found at the top of mudstack fungi. Rarer mud gem shells are found in the ensnared lake in the northeast of the clouded forest. Best quality is dry. Additional info, a dark, lustrous shell with pale blue markings. The mud gem shell is the exoskeleton of bivalve mollusk that feeds in shallow, silty water in and around the clouded forest. A shell is the protective exoskeleton of an animal, often an invertebrate, usually composed of chitin or bone. These hard and decorative objects are collected by Na'vi and used in crafting. Shells are hardy and can sometimes be found discarded by the predators that eat the mollusks within. Mud gem shells are a headcrafting material. They give health and 5% stealth. Then we have mudstack fungus. Flora, a dense cluster of stacked flat mushrooms that stack so high that they resemble a tree in terms of dimensions. Found throughout the shallow bog biome of the clouded forest. Additional info, the mudstack fungus is a cluster of flat-capped mushrooms that grow upon each other from the same deep structure of mycelial roots. The fungus is pigmented by the dead plant matter it draws from the soil. Then we have crimson bark. Flora, bark with a stony texture that makes it extremely hard and difficult to fashion. Most commonly found on braided crimson trees. Rarer crimson bark is often found on the floating mountains above the Tangled Heart in the northwest of the clouded forest. Best quality is night. Additional info, due to the unusual mineral quality of braided crimson tree sap, crimson bark has a stony texture that makes it extremely hard and difficult to fashion. Bark is the tough outer coating of plant stems, roots, and trunks. The Na'vi have learned to gather bark galls, knotty swellings on the plant surface caused by natural damage. This gathering helps heal the tree, and the bark is used to craft a variety of Na'vi gear. So crimson bark is gear crafting material, gives health and 5% melee resistance. And then we have a braided crimson tree. Flora, a giant tree made from central spheres that the branches grow from. These trees are the defining feature of the scarlet thicket biome of the clouded forest. Additional info, the braided crimson tree grows from the knotted base of its own roots. These giant red-leaved trees grow in entwined thickets. All right, Jen made it as well.
Can't talk now.
We need to get things up and running as soon as possible. But everyone's still reeling.
All right, so we need to find Alma. She's back here.
I am so glad you're safe. But I need a word.
Oh, Alexander made it. Nalin
Hey.
and Alma's.
We have so many injured, it's hard to take stock.
All right, Alma's not looking good there.
Alma, is she...
She's stable, I think. That's as good as it gets right now. She was in a lot of pain, so we sedated her.
Will she be okay?
She has to be, but I'm not that experienced with Na'vi physiology. Hajir would know what to do.
I can find him for you.
Hajir is gone.
Oh no. Hajir too? I'm so sorry.
How did this happen? So many lives lost.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. There's a lot to take in. These inhalation burns are difficult to treat with our medicines. Everyone's in pain and I don't have the supplies to help them.
What if I check on supplies? We might have something that can help.
Yes, maybe. I think Nora was helping out with that. Saw him skulking out the back somewhere. Anyway, I'd better monitor Alma. Sorry.
Oh,
Hajir, if you're listening, I miss you, buddy.
all right. We got a entry for Kametiri. We got a new quest, the Hidden Clan. I believe our quest is done.
These inhalation burns are severe. I don't want people to panic, but our medicines aren't enough.
All right, so let's look at that entry for the Kametiri. That's under Clouded Forest Knowledge. There they are. Kametiri. Reserved, mysterious, and enigmatic. The Kametiri are deeply suspicious of outsiders and difficult to read. Rumors of the Kametiri swirl around the other clans because they were the last to see the Sadentu before they disappeared. However, they are still known and respected as great healers and herbalists. They also use a unique technique to shape wood, making intricate sculptures and dwellings. Their Sahik, a Nufi, lives in exile, leaving her advisor, Mokasa, in charge. He controls the clan and keeps the outside world at bay. All right, we earned a skill point, and indeed, our quest is completed. Let's find it in the list. Lost in Ruin. After escaping Mercer's RDA patrol, I found myself alone in a forest I've never seen before. I arrived at the new Resistance location to find everyone struggling with loss and worried about healing the injured. Alma was badly wounded and unconscious, except for standing up briefly. What's up, Alexander? You doing all right?
Hajir's gone, you know?
I'm so sorry.
I don't want to leave him there. I want him here with us.
I know. We all do.
I was gonna tell him about the lichen, but he wanted to go to his bunk. Tomorrow, let's have tea. That's what he said. And then he was gone.
I'll miss him. Even if I never really liked his tea that much.
He'd just say you hadn't tried the right one yet. That was Hajir.
All right, let's see who else is hanging out. That's
Hey
a
there.
quest over there. We'll deal with that later.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'm worried Renella's taking on too much. Maybe you can talk to her.
I don't feel ready for all this. Not without Hajir.
Oh, whoa. Did he just, like, teleport? Got some people moving around like crazy. All right, Anka's over here.
That was close. But you're here now.
I guess she doesn't want to talk at the moment. All right, well, we'll just go ahead and wrap things up right here. So we've made it to the new Resistance, I guess, headquarters, or at least their hideout. And hopefully we can help them get back on their feet. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.